morning. My name is Andi Girl Epstein. I was named Andi Girl. I talk about this because I wasn't named Andi Girl. I was named Andi. And the men and other people around me named me Andi Girl because there's a lot of men named Andi out there. So they unified me as being the girl. So the interesting thing about the girl part is that I didn't actually step into the feminine part of me, like all of this didn't exist. Really. I was very androgynous. I was a surfer girl. I wore shorts. I wore tank tops. I never even wore my hair in pigtails, and I'm sure you've seen me wear pigtails quite a bit, a few times. And that really became the reaction of other people around me that started reacting when I was hot and sweaty and had two things on my wrists and put them up. And that's how fast the feminine divine really stepped into play. And in the process of that, it really happened because what I was before, what I thought I was an in-the-box atheist. Okay, so most people look at me and go, oh my gosh, she's so woo-woo. And in reality, I am, but I'm not. I'm like Sue actually defined me really great. I'm really balanced. I have a solid structure. It's perfectly balanced. So I'm as square as you can ever believe, which is why all these plastic rings, it took me a lot to believe in this. This is round. This is something that's just not normal. It's a plastic ring with tape on it. And I say that because I was a surfer, and I didn't think I could hoop. I never hooped a day in my life. I couldn't do that. I was tall and gawky, and I used to have really big boobs. And most people in school know me as that, or they know me as my brother's sister. Okay, so I never really had my own identity. So the fact Andi Girl came to be my identity and my brand is kind of new. And it really is the fact that you believe and you feed your life the way you are. I honestly thought I had nothing to offer. I was a behind-the-scenes person in the entertainment industry for 20 years, actually much longer than that. So to be in front of the camera is new for me. So I thought, it's not true. I actually was born in front of the camera. So when I was 6 months old, I started in front of the camera. But I had an emotional disconnect. And it had to do generally with parenting. Parenting happens. And in the process of that, I wanted to get away from the camera as far as I can be. But I really liked the entertainment industry. I liked the short-term projects. I liked being able to help people be a better person. So that's what I was. I was a chick in charge, wearing the pants, in a business suit, pointing fingers behind the camera. So I did that until it gave me cancer. Okay, why? Because I was feeding something that was not me. I was not feeding my identity. I was feeding somebody else's projections of me. And I continued to believe in that because I thought I was helping people. But what I really was hiding from my own self. So this plastic ring came into my life. And when it started, this big, huge plastic ring above the belly button, I said, I can't do that. I was an I can't do that person. Wearing shorts, flip-flops, very androgynous looking. I stepped into the hoop and said, I can't do that, I can't do that. So winding up, as I started moving my body forward and back, I went into a crying, heart-opening moment. The I can'ts became, oh my gosh, I can really do this. Who knew that this could really be me in this hoop moving around? However, it took me 2 weeks to move around like this. This is what I did. Okay, so then every time I take a step, gravity works. Totally works. Okay, there's nothing that I can do to change that except move my body more. So as I continued to pick up the pieces of my life and change my thoughts and beliefs and feed my body 15 minutes of gratitude every day and staying centered, I recognized the patterns of my life starting to change because the people's projections of me started to change. And I was miserable in my cancer-ridden self. I was a size 20 at the time, and I went into a size 12 in 6 months. I've been a size 12 ever since, moving my body. Changes as you fluctuate. But what it taught me to believe in is that there's cause and effect, and we're responsible for everything that happens to us. So as I started to feed my body this vibrational energy and spinning, I started having these things I called downloads, and I recognized that there were nothing new. It was actually something that was happening to me when I was a kid. And the things that I was taught not to believe in my in-the-box atheist life, I recognized that my 40 years of night school were the most valuable education I ever had. Those dreams that became my reality, everything. And I thought, wow, it's that easy. Who knew? So instead of feeding the cancer and the thoughts, I started feeding my life. Now I'm continuing to hoop because I want to show you how easy it is to stay moving constantly through your life and finding boundaries, right? Making as big of the space as you want and staying centered, going both directions, going all directions. Why limit yourself to both? Okay, that's two. Living a duality of a world only limits you. So try living all your life. And I said the term living. So my grandfather said to me when I was really sick, as I was staring at the wall, depressed and not leaving my house for 2 months. And he goes, I'm an old man and I've fallen off 3 ladders and broken my back and I get up every day. Why are you choosing to survive? Why are you choosing that? Why aren't you choosing to live your life? So I recognized that those thoughts were really important. Cause, effect, survival means that I had to be a victim first. I have 2 minutes. So philosophy of a mind, body, spirit approach comes from hoop dance. I believe that if you believe in this plastic ring, you can believe in anything. Any questions? I know I didn't cover a lot because I offer a lot. So any questions about anything?
Tell them about you teach hoop.
I teach hooping. I teach hoop dance all over the world. I've been traveling the last month. I also am a practitioner and teacher of many healing modalities. I offer rising star healing, prima birthi healing, kundalini healing. The sexuality is really important. The kundalini is the spine. It's the life force energy. Erectile dysfunction is probably the most important topic to be discussed right now. And why? Because women are getting heart disease, okay? Heart disease means that the energy from the root chakra is not climbing to the heart. Disconnect. If you don't have any energy from here to here, which is why the hoop activates it, you don't get a heart on. So erectile dysfunction is disconnecting from the heart. Okay, that's really what it is. Blood flow to the heart, moving your body, Pilates, anything to move your body. Hoop habit classes all over. Yeah.
What are the other healing modalities?
I offer, the Tantra healing is really important because it's breath work. Connecting breath with your body movement moves and changes any situation, just like that. So if you don't want something happening in your life, you can take 3 deep breaths, move your body, and it's all over. So I offer rising star healings, which is a karmic healing, and prima birthing as well. And hoop dance healing.
One more question. Yes.
I always wonder when I hear some presentation like this, that if you have a situation in your life that you have a bad relationship or whatever, are you going to be getting rid of the relationship, or are you going to be changing so that somehow the relationship changes?
That's the goal, is B. You want the relation. The definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different outcome. Cause and effect, survival, victimhood. If you stay the victim, you're going to continue to survive. If you stay the victim, you're going to continue to get bullied by people. So if you change to live, these people have nothing to hold on to anymore. Great question.